Yo, what's going on guys? My name is GameSyncs and welcome back to Beyond Home. Now, a little bit before we start, I haven't uploaded in I think over a week now, and that's because college started again, and as with most people, college will make you want to die, so here we are. My motivation to do anything has just collapsed, and like, as soon as you start again, it's like, your energy levels are constantly -7. So, without further ado, I finally mustered enough energy, after saving it over the last week, to record a video. I've had a lot of work to do, which is basically why I haven't been able to upload so much, but if you wanna not listen to me ramble, then congratulations, you've survived this far through the video. Anyway, right, so the mission today is I have absolutely no idea. Well, with all that said and out of the way, we are on the launch pad where our fairing is actually longer than the rest of the rocket, which does not give me much hope for this mission. However, it is extremely overly engineered. If you look at the amount of stages I have on the left, it is over 200 parts, and we're going. This craft is supposed to go to Jade. It has it has a case of the wobblies. Oh god, I'm gonna have to be really careful with this. I have done a load of auto strutting, but root part. Oh, that actually helped. That helped. It's fine. We're not wobbling anymore. Alright, okay, so this rocket it's a pretty big boy. It's a pretty big boy. Inside this fairing we have a nuclear transfer stage along with a lander. The lander is going to undock from the transfer stage and land on Jade. That's where we do all of the cool flag planting and that. Then we meet up with the lander in orbit again, a nice little rendezvous, even though I can't even see that because I've not upgraded my tracking station enough, so I'm going to have to eyeball this thing, which is not going to be fun. Unless we get the funds from the actual mission completion to be able to do that. I don't think it's happening anytime soon. Anyway, after that has been completed, we then go back to Rhode using the nuclear transfer stage, assuming it has any Delta V left. Yeah, you can see there's a lot to go wrong with this mission. I don't think it's going to do very well, however, I might be pleasantly surprised. And having not played Kerbal Space Program properly for like over 2 years, a mission like this is probably the most intricate one that I've done yet, especially since there's a lot on the line. It's a career mode mission. But I haven't even tested any of this, whether it actually docks together. We do have RCS, I don't know why I'm using it now. Luckily we didn't have to use any of our monopropellant. But yeah, this is a craft of big size. Look at that gravity turn, that was perfection. I'm going to be quick saving a lot along the course of this mission, and I think we're going to deploy the fairing right now. Let's give it a go. There it is. There's our transfer stage here and the lander stage here. Now, Valentina's in here, hopefully, and we've got Jeb and I think Bob. I think it's Bob. He's in here. He's in the crew cabin actually. Jeb's in the lander can. Before I start deploying these stages, I do want to talk a little bit about the rocket. It's probably time we get into orbit first, and we're going to be doing a stage separation right about now. Boom. Oh god, those are some explosions. Luckily, the craft is still fine. And we're wobbling again. Hold on. Root part. It's fine. We're fine. Everything is fine. Those are some explosions I didn't want to hear. But fortunately for us, the mission is still on track. Our apparatus is not exactly where we want it, but it's fine. Alright boys, we've finally gotten an encounter with Gateway. That took quite a lot of time for me to figure out. A whole 20 minutes to do. But we're back. Half of my day is gone, and it's time to go to Gateway. Now, we have to go to Jade, and Jade's on the outer reaches of Gateway. It's a pretty hefty maneuver, but we're going to be fine. This transfer stage of nuclear parts should hopefully do at least a little bit of good for us. Now, the reaction wheels on this craft are non-existent. We have one. Yeah. And it's on the lander stage, but it's still one, and it's not going to treat us very well. but it's fine. We don't have to do any serious maneuvering in space, do we? But without further ado, let's start the burn. This is slightly worrying. We are pointing directly down. If we hit the atmosphere, this is not going to be great. But there we go, the burn has started. Now, we shouldn't hit the atmosphere, but I have a feeling that if we do, things aren't going to be too good. But nah, it should be fine. It's going to be all fine. We get a nice little lure encounter, which gives us a gravity assist out to Gateway. It's fine. Oh lord, that looks horrendous. The maneuver that I've set up is not great. Not gonna lie. Yeah, you can see what I mean about hitting the atmosphere. It looks like we're going to come pretty close. Now, we're not going to hit it too hard. We're going to be going pretty fast, but we're not going to actually go that far down. 48848 isn't too bad, is it? Is it? Nah, it's pretty bad. There's enough to slow us down and enough to miss Gateway. But I can correct it afterwards, provided that we don't overheat. Which is why I've not quick-saved it just yet. Anyway. Alright everyone, we are in orbit of Gateway right now. Well, not exactly in orbit, but we have an encounter and we are in its sphere of influence. We're really far away from it, so I wouldn't be surprised if we can't see it. I really doubt we can see it right now. I don't think it's down there. Oh no. Oh no, yeah it is. Just about. Scatterer not loading in from this distance. But yeah, you can see how large the craft is, and we still have one stage. Well, this is meant to be the transfer stage now. Then we've got the nuclear transfer stage, then we've got the lander, then we've got the emergency part of the lander, then we've got the... It's just too complicated. Now the issue is, the RCS on this part of the lander is only at the top, which means docking at this point is going to be impossible. Actually, it shouldn't be because it's still a point and go, but turning and translating in space is going to be difficult. So if I have to use this stage, basically we're kind of screwed. But now that we're in the sphere of influence of Gateway, we can start messing around with Jade here. Now Jade is slightly smaller and slightly less heavy than Scathe, so it's a little bit of a step down. The challenge comes from Gateway actually slowing down at Gateway too. So we'll see what that looks like when we get there. Now last episode I didn't give you all that much of a perspective on Gateway, but if you see this line here, those are its rings, and those are its rings over there as well, all the way around here, and this is Gateway itself. It's a massive gas giant. Now there is an Easter egg, which isn't really an Easter egg but more of a well-known feature, that it does have a surface, it does have an ocean. It's still a gas giant because I consider it an Easter egg and it's not as blatant as say in After Kerbin, like Reaper. But we'll be getting a lot of scale on Gateway in this episode. I don't think I gave it enough justice last time, but this time we should be fine. And also we're going to get a stage separation with this burn as well. We're going to be separating and burning the nuclear stage. I'm not sure whether the decouplers are going to go so well, so I'm going to give it a nice fat quick save before I do. Let's do it there, just for safety. But this stage has got us really far. We did have another two stacks and 4 more stacks on the side of that, but I wasn't expecting that stage to get us this far. I was expecting to be on the nuclear stage by now. And let's give that nuclear stage a go. At least the separation was safe. Hitting that stack with the fairing wasn't, but I think we're alright. And there we go. The nuclear stage works fine, and honestly, science well spent in my opinion. Now then, we have an encounter with Jade, but it's not going to be the best, so I'm going to clean that up a little bit. Usually I just do the initial maneuver first before doing anything else of it. And let's do... oh, that's really good actually. So if I burn even more, we're getting closer and closer and closer. There we go. We're going to get a nice low periapsis. Periapsis is going to be 50,000 meters. That's going to be our rough orbit altitude, and that should do us. And then I'll do a periapsis burn, get us into orbit, start rearranging the lander and all that round. Land on it, come back, and rendezvous with it, and that should be fine. Now then, our burn time is apparently 4 minutes and 8 seconds, which isn't something I'm looking forward to. Now the fuel on the lander, I don't exactly know how much delta V it has, but this is a similar lander to what we used in Scathe. A little bit bigger and a little bit heavier with roughly the same amount of fuel, but the thing is, Scathe is heavier and larger than Jade is. So it should be completely safe and fine to just land on it using this. A fair compromise if I've ever seen one before. Let's undock our lander stage. I'm going to do a hard quick save here. And now we pray. This is where we pray. We'll decouple. And there we go. We are away. Here's our engine. We're away. And the funny thing is that the lander is larger than the transfer stage, but it's fine. I'll close this. There's really not really much point, but I'm going to do it anyway. Now then, let's test the RCS. That looks like it works fine. And it's time we probably descend to the surface. Now, where are we going to land? We're going this way round, which means if we land roughly here, that should give us a pretty good base of operations, really. Fairly flat. Not the most exciting place to land, but it's flat, and that's what matters. And let's just say bye to the transfer stage. Goodbye. I've never done a mission like this before. Ever. I've never had to rendezvous like this. So this is going to be an experience and a half. Now then, I'm going to want to slow down a lot. Oh, it's very bright and it's very snowy. Let's start slowing now. Because, oh, I am overestimating my orbital velocity quite a fair bit. And then we can glide down to the surface again from here. We're going to lose a little bit of our thrust to weight ratio, and the positive thing about this is that this is asparagus stage. I forgot to mention that at the beginning, so surprise, it's asparagus stage. But yeah, I've completely redone the textures for Jade. You know what's weird? You know what's great? The fact that I'm going to be landing on 2 landing legs. Oh no. The bad thing about that though is that I have dead weight on the craft now. Right, let's sort this velocity out a little bit more. We're wiggling around all over the place. Let's stop that. Now I'm wasting fuel by not decoupling these, but the landing legs. It's the landing legs is what I need. Now I'm just going to radial out a little bit, just to slow our vertical velocity, because I need the horizontal velocity so that I can land on flat ground. So the whiter the ground is, the flatter it is. That's basically how it goes with Jade. Now then, this looks fairly safe to land on. It's not completely flat, but it's nothing extreme. But yes, I've redone all of the terrain textures on Jade, and they look very high quality, and I'm very pleased. You might have seen from orbit though that it's kind of very tiled. That's something I'm going to have to sort out before the release as well. But it's fine. Also, we're about to run out of fuel on this stage as well. I'm worried I'll run out a little bit too soon. I don't have the thrust to weight ratio, I don't think, without it. I should do, but I don't have the most confidence. Nah, we'll be fine. If it cuts out, yeah, there we go. It cut out right as we landed. It's fine. We landed though. That's what matters. Now then, I'm going to decouple these 2 stages immediately when we set off. That way we can save some fuel. Quick save. Let's get out, and we can do some science as well. For some reason, my craft is shrouded in eternal darkness. No, it's because it would probably help if the... There we go. Thank God it didn't fling us into the air like before. Okay, now let's do some science. I can't really... The problem is, I'm probably going to get Bob out to do the science, because he can climb down this massive ladder. I don't want to sacrifice Jebediah if he can't make it back up that ladder. The gravity is slightly too high to use the RCS pack from what I remember, but you can get pretty far before you start falling down again, so you should be able to jump onto this ladder. So let's give it a go. I'll collect the science from before. I'll have to I should have reset this in orbit, because I can't really do that now, can I? Unless I somehow get onto the top of here, jump up, quickly reset it, and try not to die. Can't reset that to get the science, which is a massive shame. Unless I tip over the lander, of course. But I don't think I'm going to be doing that anytime soon. Now our contract is to plant a flag on Jade, and that's exactly what I'm about to do. Bonk! There we go, we have planted a flag on Jade. We've got a fat 250k from that. It's pretty cold. Let's just call the site that. Now, you might notice there's a distinctive lack of terrain scatters. The reason is I want to leave that up to you guys to decide, so if you have watched this far into the video, well done. You passed the average of around 6 minutes, I think it is, for the Kerbal videos. I think it was 4 minutes on the last one. But there you go, well done, congratulations. If suggest what you want to see on the surface. There are some massive ice spires on Vasto. I don't particularly want to reuse that same asset again. But if you want to suggest anything for my land is tipping over. If you want to suggest anything for the terrain scatters on this planet, feel free to put them down in the comments below, and I'll have them added for the next update, which is fine. There we go, and we're probably ready to get back up and rendezvous with our craft. The problem is I can't do this very well. I can set as target, but it won't show as our. I don't think it will show the encounters with it. So I'm going to have to time this just right for setting off. We'll quick save, and let's go. Goodbye, Jade. It was nice seeing you. But yeah, okay, the target's 90, which means I need to go in the opposite direction. Fun fact of the day. Let's do that instead. This way. Yeah, it's fine. Wasted a little bit of fuel. Boop. There we go. Please don't hit the flag. I think we're fine. Alright. Yeah, there we go. Pretty much exactly 90 actually. Our ascending node is 2.6. Oh, it is showing us the indicators just about. That's pretty good. Now then, we want to get our apoapsis pretty much up. Wow, it's coming fast. Okay, just checking those explosions from the stage hitting the ground. But look at that, the snow texture on the floor. It's so good. Except from Auburn, it's not great. But yeah, there we go. We've got the mountains of snow and all that. It's fine. Alright. It looks like we might just be overshooting, but I think that's okay. Alright, let's get our orbit done. We have. Yeah. That's not looking too good for our Delta V. Remember what I said about the RCS being difficult to control from the other stage? It looks like that's what we're gonna have to do. We do have some RCS on it though, that's what matters. So we're going to do another hard quick save. RCS placement is pretty bad. I was expecting this stage to survive a little bit longer than this, but it looks like we're going to have to make do with what we've got. Alright, let's warp here and then we will kill the velocity with our targets. I'm surprised I've remembered how to rendezvous with a craft in orbit from all this time not playing. So you want to click this panel here until it says target. If you don't have it set to target, this won't work, but you want to kill your velocity with the target, which means you will be travelling at the same speed at that current position in your orbit, and then you can start going towards it, but it usually helps to just kill your velocity with it first. So I'll do that now. We're not quite at the separation distance, but it's pretty close, and we should be able to. There it is! There's our transfer stage. We have plenty of Delta V left on this stage, and this stage will probably end up decoupling from the transfer in order to get home, and I think that's fine. Will we be able to save the crew? Yes, because there's one seat left on this. Now you want to kill your velocity with your target again, like so, and burn towards it again. Now, the problem I've got is my RCS does not span the centre of mass, which means whenever I try to turn, it's going to turn me a lot sharper. So I need to position. Now there's a little bit of a life hack that you can use for this actually, and that's to actually get the target ship to face you, which is what I'm going to have to do. So I'm going to switch to the target ship now. Now I'm saying all this, but I highly doubt it's going to work very well. Now mind you, this is all happening as the lander stage is coming towards us, so I need to point pretty much exactly at it. Then all we need to do is slow down, and because of where the RCS is, that's not difficult to do, so we'll point directly at the target, switch back, there we go. Now, if I use my RCS, I should be able to just about see, there we go. Turn RCS off and face the target again. I'm just going to constantly face the target now. Now I'm going to quick save. We're headed straight for that docking port. Now, the only use of this RCS is for very, very, very minute adjustments and for slowing down. And as this one comes in, it should be attracted by the magnets from the looks of things. That should work. That looks fine. That looks really fine, actually. There we go, and there's the magnets. And we're docked. Hey! No, 4,100 Delta V remaining. That's roughly half of what we had to begin with. Well, no, we had 12,000 to begin with. But we've used some of it to land and return, so we should be fine. Now then, after docking, you always want to turn this engine off. There we go. If you don't do that, it's not going to go well. Now, the nuclear engines have a higher ISP, but I'm going to use them before. So this stage is like an emergency stage, which is, I think that's slightly inefficient, I'm not sure. But that's what we're going to do. Anyway, there's our docking complete. That was a very stressful docking, but it worked. I see this as an absolute win. Alright, so since I've been recording for almost 2 hours and my hard drive space is decided, no, we got no more of this, I'm probably going to wrap up the last part of this mission, and that's getting home. This is by far the most ambitious mission I've done in a while, and wow, I'm actually surprised it's gone well so far. I can't say it's completely done, but yeah, I reinstalled Astrogator, and it still doesn't work. Now, for the most part, I've just finished time warping, but for the most part, I've set an angle of 90 degrees between Rhode and Gateway. I have no idea if that's going to work or not. The chances are it's not, and I think I'm orbiting Jade backwards, but it's fine. It doesn't really make too much of a difference, I don't think, although I'm barely able to escape Gateway's orbit. There we go. Okay, so I need to go backwards from Gateway, but wow, the amount of complicated maneuvers I've had to do this episode is making my brain cells die. I only had 4 to begin with, but I think I'm on 1 now. Which means, given another episode, I might be dead. Alright, let's go back. I was gonna say, demonetized, but it's like, it's not funny of you to assume these are monetized to begin with. Now, it's like, I don't have to worry so much about using copyrighted music and such. The problem is, I get annoyed when ads go on the video because, first off, I don't want the ads on the video at the moment because my content's not monetized. I'm not making a dime from this. I have a budget of 0 and I'm getting 0 from it. It's fine. You could say I'm meeting expectations. But no, I'm not getting anything out of it. Monetary rise. I just want to put my content out for you guys to watch because I enjoy making it, and for most of you who have gotten this far in the video, I assume you enjoy watching it. Now then, burns in 38 seconds, so that gives me some time to talk whilst I do this burn. Yeah, my videos aren't monetized, I don't meet the requirements yet, so I think it's 4,000 hours of annual watch time that I need. And it's 1,000 subscribers. Now I've got 1,000 subscribers, but the watch time is nowhere. Also, why am I? I'm so confused. Why am I slowing down? What? Anyway, as I was saying, I need 4,000 hours of watch time to be eligible for monetization. I've passed the subscriber. The 1,000 subscriber threshold, which is fine. Like, I'm not in a hurry to get to that 4,000 hours of watch time. It would be nice, you know. I don't have a job, and I've got to make some money somehow to pay off college debt, but that's just not happening, is it? I'll probably get a job when I go to university, you know. But yeah, that's just like nice little insider information, you know. Can't really hurt. Anyway, now the problem I have is. The good thing is I don't get demonetized, so I can say fuck and it's fine. The bad part is, if I use copyrighted songs, ads go on the video, which means more people are likely to click off the video before it even begins, because I'm using a song. And it's like, it is their song, that's fine. If they want to claim that portion of the video, that's fine, just play one ad when that song plays, right? But no, they claim the entire video and make the money off the entire video that I can't make money off to begin with. So, it's like, why? YouTube's copyright system is, honestly, it's fucked. I'm gonna put it that way. It's not great. I'm sure you've heard this like 1,000 times. Loads of people have problems with it, so there's no point me repeating it like a broken record. It certainly needs improvements. I think we'll agree on that, and yeah, that's the monetization rant over. 48,000 is our periapsis, and it looks like we're in luck for landing on the day side. Now, I'm gonna start my burn here. The problem is I want to leave this nuclear stage in orbit, so what I'll do is I'll just go out a little bit, and we'll use the rest of the stage to get a good orbit. There we go. Nah, it's a bit too far, but it's fine. Right, and there it is, there's Rhode. I do have the entirety of the lander left, or at least the upper stage of it. And there we go, there's Rhode. The beautiful views of Rhode. It's a 2-minute burn, and this should secure us a good orbit. So I'm confident that this will work. I'm going to leave Val in here, which is fine. I don't have any life support mods. I'm going to leave Val in there. I'm just going to undock this, like so, and then Astrogator works again. Okay, thanks. We're going to activate this engine again. See, look how much we've got. We've got tons. Then it's just simple retrograde and land. Off we go. Goodbye, Val. We will return shortly. And there's Lua. I like this perspective of coming into Rhode at this angle. It's really nice. You get to see the aurora. And the auroras aren't really noticed enough. And yes, they are the stock Eve aurora, but I'm happy with them. Right, let's start these drogues deploying. There we go. We'll burn off the rest of this fuel. I'll decouple this stage in a second because we do have a proper heat shield, but I feel like I might slow down more if I decouple it. Problem is, I'm using the same lander as I did last time, which is really inefficient because it flipped over mid re-entry and I started to burn up. So I'm going to use the rest of this fuel, 300 meters per second, it's really not much. Then I'll decouple, and hopefully we'll have slowed it down enough. If we get past 1,000, I'll just decouple it. There we go. Boop. So it shouldn't flip over. Yeah, there we go. Neat. And the chutes are down. Nice. Okay. Let's collect all the data. What's the best way to land? That's the problem. The science! It's still alive! Let's see what this looks like. Okay. Take data. Yes! I have it! And here we are. We're back at the lander. And it's finally stopped rolling as well. It's all the way down there. Well, I wasn't expecting those parachutes to be so bad. There we go. 400 science. I wasn't expecting that much. And it looks like the game has locked up on us, which is a shame. But we got the science and all that's fine, so we should be okay. But yes, I'll spend this science on something decent, hopefully. Maybe I might go for communications this time, because I really want to start expanding into the gateway system again and beyond. I want to go to Vasto as well, because it has an atmosphere and I believe it has oxygen as well, I can't remember. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of Beyond Home. If you like that, remember to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next episode.